Welcome to Hooray, where we believe in educating minds and crafting futures. Welcome to the IELTS reading section. Today we shall be discussing true, false, not given. Before that, let us update ourselves on what the reading section is all about. You will be given 60 minutes and 40 questions. You get approximately 13 to 14 questions per section. Section 1 consists of factual texts where you're given 2 to 3 short texts. For example, texts on hotel advertisements. Section 2, the passages here are mostly discursive in nature. It could be related to work. For example, applying for a job, company policies, pay conditions, workplace facilities, etc. Section 3 consists of a long analytical passage of general interest. It is a more complex text. Now let's analyze true, false, not given and its requirements. Firstly, you will be presented with a list of facts. You then have to look at the text in order to decide if the facts are true, false, or not given. If the text agrees with or confirms the information in the statement, the answer is true. If the text contradicts or is the opposite of the information in the statement, the answer is false. If there is no information or it is impossible to know, the answer is not given. Do not use short forms or else you will be marked 0. You are given 4 to 7 combinations of this type of question. Make sure you use the right code. Do not write on the question paper, write on the answer sheet or the OMR sheet only. All answers should be in capital letters and in pencil. Do the longest passage first, as this can help you save time. As far as reading is concerned, you will be given at least 1500 to 2500 words in all of the passages. You need to understand and find the main idea as far as this type of question is concerned. Read the full passage and then tackle the questions. This is recommended for fast readers or those who understand vocabulary and have the ability to retain information and locate the answer quickly. Or else you could start off with other options, like start with the questions and skim the passage for the answers. Here you must identify keywords and ideas. Look for the same ideas or words, look for the synonyms of the words. You could also use a summarization technique where you find the topic sentence in a paragraph and find ideas supporting the topic. Use details given in the paragraph to find out the answer. The strategies to answer this type of question are as follows. You can begin by skimming or scanning or reading in detail. Now, what exactly are these 3 strategies? For skimming, you need to read and understand the overall meaning of the text. So read the first and the last lines of each paragraph. They will give you a brief gist and the main idea of what the text is about. Identify nouns, verbs, and adjectives in the statement given and match them to the text. Question the sentence. You can use who, what, where, when, and why to figure out the answer. In true, false, not given, scanning is always a good option. How you can do this is search and find specific text, look for the writer's opinion or purpose, match keywords, use dates, numbers, and vocabulary to find your clues in the passage and the paragraph. Look at the rephrase sentence and see what is missing and what is present. Looking out for controlling words like only, all, never can also help, as these are sentence modifiers and change the meaning of the sentence. If you are a fast reader, then read in detail, infer the meaning. While doing so, find the extended or supporting idea. Do not read for more than 3 or 4 minutes. Now let's take the first example. You have been given a sentence here. The sentence is, chilies originate in South America and have been eaten for at least 9,500 years. Now let us look at how this statement is either true, false, or not given. The first explanation is as follows. It says, chilies come from South America. The answer to this is true. Notice the use of the synonym come from that is used instead of the word originates. It is common to use different words which mean the same in this type of question. So you must look for this particular aspect. Let us look at the next statement. People began eating chilies in the last few centuries. 2 is clearly false as it was 9,500 years ago and not a few hundred years ago, which is what last few centuries actually translates to. The third sentence here is South Americans were the first people to start eating chilies. It is quite probable that South Americans did eat chilies as they first originated here. However, that has not been clearly stated in the text. Therefore, the answer to number 3 is not given. Let us look at another example. Here is a passage that talks about quest for beauty. Now, the underlined words are extremely important as they have to be matched with the statements given. Let us look at the underlined words. The passage is talking about skin bleaching, which is a long-standing cosmetic staple across Sudan, a newer craze that is sweeping the nation. Away from the regulation of trained pharmacists, fattening pills are illegally dispensed by the same small shops which sell topical bleaching creams and other popular beauty fixes. Sold individually in small bags and emptied sweet containers, they are completely devoid of any information about medical risks. Now, your first statement is as follows. People do not get any information about the dangers to their health when they purchase unregulated weight gain pills. Is this statement true, false, or not given? Your answer is true. Now let's further break it down and see why. These are the following lines that depict the meaning, but as you can notice, there are 2 key words here. The first one is mentioned in the second last line, and the word is devoid. The second one is mentioned in the last line, and the word is, or the words are, medical risks. Now, it clearly says that when people buy the pills that are not regulated by a pharmacist, there is nothing provided. So, nothing provided translates to the phrase devoid of. Whereas medical risks translates to the phrase dangers to their health. So, if you match this particular explanation with the statement given, the answer is true. Some common problems that people face when doing this type of question are as follows. Paraphrasing. A lot of people have difficulty in rephrasing the answers and matching the rephrased statements to the text. And that is because of lack of vocabulary. So you must expand your vocabulary, you must practice difficult words as well as phrases. In many cases, people just tend to match 1 or 2 words mentioned in the statement to the text, and that is absolutely not the correct way to do it. Identifying keywords, again, people forget to focus on the subject of the sentence and check what the verb is describing. At times, people cannot figure out the difference between not given and false. False indicates a contradictory or opposite meaning, whereas not given refers to information that is completely missing or completely different. As a result of this, people tend to spend too much time on one question. Here are some tips and techniques to do this type of question. Read the question or the statement thoroughly. Analyze what the statement is trying to project. Go back to the passage and skim. If you are doubtful, read the rest. Understand the information given. Focus on the overall meaning. Understand ideas and not just individual words. Once you do this, identify the keywords, look for differences in the two similar options mentioned, look for words that are not there, use synonyms and signifying verbs to understand the action denoted in the sentence. Match them with the text or the passage and see if your answer is true, false, or not given.